This is Kate Baconsale. You're listening to Baconsale.
As I walk through the hallways of Baconsale High, I take a look at myself and realize I'm very shy, because I've been planning my outfit so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. Been spending sleepless nights hoping that my teachers are quite nice. I know I can't be surprised if a teacher's mean and makes me cry.
Hey, nice.
You are musical lately, sir.
I know. Why do I do this?
I have to sing for everyone.
Yeah,
now.
welcome to Baconsale. I'm Joel.
I'm Kent.
And I'm Zach.
We'd like to thank... Hey, Zach, welcome back.
Hey, Zach.
Thank you.
We'd like to thank you for listening to our last show, our Chicken Sandwich Wars.
What a
Matrix.
ridiculously good time.
Yes.
And honestly, a lot of people were like, I need to participate. Unlike our Subway show where we ate everything at Subway, where everyone's like, we're good and we feel bad
fine.
for you. The listener definitely wanted to play along, including reverse listener himself, who said that Baconsale's Chicken Sandwich Wars episode was so good, I drove to Popeyes and Chick-fil-A for a chicken sandwich. But he only got one because apparently the Popeyes was closed at the time.
Yeah.
And then he goes on, and this is on Twitter, by the way, he later goes on to say that he did go to Popeyes and enjoyed it there. So but we are literally positively
giving free
influencing
advertising
the
to these
stock.
multi-million-dollar corporations who give us nothing.
Eternot on Twitter said, me furiously Googling the location of the nearest Popeyes. Also, hi, Jacob. A lot of people were also shouting out and saying hi to Jacob
Yeah, it's nice
in
to
the
have him
comments.
back.
They were happy
Yeah,
to
he
have
saw
him
some
back.
of those comments, too.
Yeah, he did reply to some of them. Cub Crazy on Instagram said, I've tried all the chicken sandwiches because I needed to know whose was the best, and I have concluded that Popeyes reigns supreme. I can't wait to listen to this epic discussion. So they had not heard what you guys thought.
Wow,
Before
okay,
putting that
they agree
comment.
anyways. That's
Yeah.
cool.
And then my favorite comment simply comes from Danielle Brown Rowley, who said, good episode, guys.
Yay! That's awesome.
Sounds like a nice person. Yeah, so we had a great time doing that food challenge.
We're not eating any more fast food till the end of the year.
I can't
till
wait-
the new year.
I can't wait for our fast food salad tiering show.
We need it right now.
Oh, man, that'll be crazy. But that's not what we're talking about today. What are we talking about today, Zach?
We're going to go back to school.
Baconsale High.
We're going to high school. We're going to school, and we're going to build a Baconsale High schedule.
This is so weird. This
is a
show
weird- this
is
is
a
super
weird
weird.
show. You're welcome in advance. What we're doing here, and this format is kind of unique because we have a couple of different formats on the show, but it's something we've talked about doing before. We're not exactly playing the game, but we're using the MASH format. You know, MASH, the game that you'd play with all your girlfriends in church.
Yeah, mansion, apartment,
Shed.
shack, and house.
Yeah.
Is there an app for that?
Oh, probably.
If there's not, I'm making it.
Yeah.
Because that's how I would.
Where you'd pick your groom or bride.
Yeah.
You would also pick like your car,
pet.
your job, your wedding colors,
Your pet, where your honeymoon goes.
yeah,
Yeah, what your stock portfolio looks like.
how you die.
Yeah.
But we're not doing exactly like that because what we've done is we've created a list of various famous teachers
Yes.
from film and TV.
It's a relevant time for the show.
And we have 8 periods of classes that we are going to be scheduling. But we don't get to pick, much like in school.
Yeah.
It's not a school
We're
year
nervous
pick.
about our schedule.
Yeah, we're sitting there waiting for our schedule to come in, and then we have a random number generator that's going to pick our schedules for us.
Because
in
I'm
each
pretty
subject.
sure that's exactly how schedules are made.
Yes.
Just random.
I'm picturing we're at orientation for school. And they're like, hey guys, we know you're a bit nervous for your classes. Will you go check your schedules at the wall over there?
Yeah, and I'm waiting for the email that just says, you got this teacher.
And you're
I'm
like, no.
Then I call my friends, did you get this teacher? Okay, let me go.
Did you get second lunch? I got second lunch.
Which brings
Yeah.
up the question, gentlemen.
Yeah.
What kind of student were you? Now, I'm not saying like, where did you fit in which clique or
Social
whatever.
circles and stuff like
yeah,
that.
I'm saying like
just
in
school.
class, what were you like?
bad.
You were bad?
What does bad mean?
I was just not very good student. Actually, that's not true.
Like not paying attention, not doing your homework? What do
no,
you mean?
I never did my homework. I still don't do my homework very much.
You're not in school anymore.
Well, I mean,
Unless you're having these nightmares where
Is
you go
there
back to
homework at
class.
Barber School?
Baconsale homework.
Yeah, that's true.
Baconsale
yeah,
homework.
yeah. No, I've always been more interested in having fun than learning things because I don't know. I go, yeah, okay, I get it. Because I actually learned things. It's a weird humble brag. I learn things fairly quickly, and so I'm like, okay, I get it, and I mentally move on.
Yeah.
But when I was in school, I was the king of switching classes. Like I would get my schedule, and I'd immediately swap it around. I think it all stems from my first time I got my 7th grade schedule, and I had drafting on there for some reason.
What?
What kid wants to? What 7th grader
the
wants
coolest
to do
way to
drafting?
drive. Why would you not
Tokyo
want
draft?
drafting?
Not
Yeah.
the same thing. I was actually when you get called to war.
No, I'm
actually.
talking when you
true.
get behind a semi and just get that nice drafting going on.
Oh, well, there's a lot of
Yeah.
definitions here.
And I'm like, what is that? And they're like, you can make buildings. I'm like, I didn't sign up for that. I don't want that.
They
And
saw something in you, and you refused it.
I refused it. And then I learned that I could change my schedule. And then I did every time. So every semester.
So you
every
had a
new
fear
school
of
year.
commitment with your school
Oh, yeah.
schedule.
I would try and hack the system and change my schedule around.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's crazy.
I was a quiet student. I usually sat in probably the 4th row. I was never a front row A student. I think at the end, I was probably like a 3.0 average, a 2.667 to 3.0 for me. And
Wow.
I liked school a lot. I would generally just kind of daydream or look at cute girls in the class and realize I never had a chance with them, but hope I'd see them at the junior high dance afterwards.
Yeah.
This was when I was in junior high, by the way. But yeah, no, I
I really hope I see you at the junior high dance. Anyway, I got to finish this
But
college course.
I had some horrible elementary teachers, like just strict teachers until 5th grade. I had a great teacher and kind of changed who I was as a student. And then I just enjoyed education from that point on.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and I would call myself the respectful class clown because I like to make people laugh.
Sure.
And I like to kind of make jokes, but I did not like to make the teachers angry and I didn't want to make them upset. And so it was always that thing where I'd kind of get in good with a teacher and then could joke around with the whole class and it was okay.
okay.
But
Yeah.
I was definitely one of those students who did, I mean, I wasn't like hyper about it, but I did worry about my grades and I definitely kept them up and
In your citizenship scores?
did pretty well.
Yeah.
So yeah, did
This might surprise you, Joel. I think you and I might have been friends.
Very possibly.
Yeah. So my thing was I tried to get the teachers to laugh. That was
Yes.
more satisfying to me than
because
getting the
if you
class
get the
to
teachers laugh, you don't get in trouble.
Exactly.
If you make the students laugh and they don't.
And that was kind of my thing. I felt like I could make the teachers laugh enough, and then I tried to like give meaningful comments in class that they had a good impression of me, and then they'd be really surprised that I was failing their class. Like I was the smartest kid to almost not graduate.
Zach, did you ditch class a lot? Okay.
My mom
That's the
listens to
answer.
Baconsale again.
Guess what? High school was a while ago.
Yeah,
It's
and-
not like you're getting calls from the
Yes,
school
me
still.
and my friends would go and get smothered burritos at the Mexican restaurant instead of go to class sometimes.
I think
Okay.
we covered this on the mom show, but Joel, I don't think you ditched very much.
I cut once
Why? Why the one time?
because of a girl.
What did you do?
We went to Arby's.
Whoa, hold on. What is that term that you used?
I say slough.
You said cut.
I
Then
did
you said
right then because I try to be more
Back
universal.
in school, I said slough. Sometimes it's
Okay.
wag.
Ditch.
Ditch.
I said slough. Okay,
Yeah.
go on.
Yeah.
You went to
but
Arby's?
we did. She wanted to do it, and she was a year older than me, and I was kind of timid about this in high school.
That's like a cougar.
She was from a different high school too. But yeah, and I just wasn't big on it. I liked being in class and being around people.
See,
So.
senior year, I ditched a lot, but I never ditched once until senior year.
Now,
I did mostly junior year, but full disclosure, it was like band and choir.
but
So,
what was even through college maybe? But what was your relationship with teachers? Were you the type that liked to like get to know the teacher?
Oh,
Did
for
you
me,
hang
it
at office
was
hours.
always under the radar. I liked to be liked by the teachers, to know that I would do my homework on time, that I would do well on tests. I was mostly like I'd cram for tests, and the teacher would be like, "Oh, they have a good grade somehow," because they never speak up in class.
Yeah.
that was me.
During class, I was there. I wanted to get to know them, but like outside of class, I never liked to go to office hours or talk to them
No,
outside of
heavens
class.
no.
Like I was not one of those students that needed to talk to them after school or anything like that. I definitely was like in class. That's enough. I've had plenty of teacher time.
Right.
I have. I've even done this in college, but that's more of like a networking thing. But I've been every once in a while I'd hang back, have like a quick conversation with the teacher. Maybe it was about something related to the class, or maybe it was like, hey, this is like slightly off topic, and I didn't want to take class time to talk about it.
Right.
I've done that a little bit.
Or you're like, you better improve this class, or I'm going to switch it to another.
I once wrote a scathing letter to a teacher, and then she quit after. So
Whoa.
she was like a childcare teacher that was teaching a financial literacy class. And I was behind in her class and was supposed to do this workbook. And I didn't do the workbook. Instead, wrote a note about how like she was not doing a very good job.
Zach's
And then
a
she
teacher
quit.
bully.
And then she quit. So, oops.
Teacher bully over here.
Wow.
Well, and it's funny too because like I definitely, for me, and maybe this is why I ended up majoring in English, but I gravitated towards the English teachers more. Like I felt more of a kinship to them. When I think of those teachers who kind of made a change in my life, and made me like learning more is definitely the English teachers. Like when I was just thinking of my favorite teachers off the top of my head, usually they were the English literature or drama type.
Yeah, English and history for me.
Yeah.
Hated my choir teacher. She was a monster. Like a legit monster.
Wait, like Buffy needed to get her?
Yeah,
kind of,
yeah.
I loved all of my music teachers pretty much. And yeah, I don't know.
And did you have a subject that you guys like preferred?
English. Even though I didn't do English in college, I loved it.
English
because
for me,
it gave me
definitely.
opportunities to read those standard books you get in high school, but they're essential.
Yeah. And I liked writing too. And so
Yeah.
being able to express my creative writing, English was definitely the one I liked.
In my senior year, I was in like remedial English, but that happened to be taught by the same teacher that also taught the like AP English. And the whole time she's like, "Why are you in this class? Why are you?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it." She's like, literally all of your friends are in my other class. What are you doing here? I'm like, just don't worry about it.
You gave her the
okay?
side eye and you're like, I'm about to write a letter to you if you don't watch out.
I could get you fired.
You don't know. I will get you to quit so hard.
The pen is mightier.
And anyway, so she retired after that year.
I knew it.
Oh no! But never really applied myself on a lot of the like standard, math, science, history, all of that. But I definitely, one of the teachers that I got along with really well, he was actually a football coach who taught history. He's a really cool guy.
Right.
And then, like I said, my music teachers and foods. I was into. I took foods classes, cooking classes, culinary, and I actually ended up
Zack, they call it home ec.
No, they don't. I promise you, they don't.
They don't call it home ec anymore?
No, that's been used in years.
Home economics. What's
Is
the
that
problem with
derogatory? Can we not say that?
It is.
How is it derogatory if it's home economics?
It's been split up because it's not just home economics. It's foods, it's childcare, it's financial literacy.
What's
Like,
an
it's all
umbrella
split up.
term for that? Home
Home ec.
economics.
But it's derogatory in that you can only do that at home. Like
No, it's like you learn how to do it when you're not at school.
Yeah. But I actually turned that around and did the culinary classes and ended up getting a scholarship out of high school for culinary school.
Nice.
Wow. So yeah. So like I guess I sort of excelled in that, and then I went to culinary school and did very poorly. So that worked out great.
Yeah. Well, and that's just it. It's like as we go through this, we have a variety of different subjects we're going to be talking about, some of which I definitely lean towards, others I lean away from.
And just like MASH, we have good teachers here from TV and movies and bad teachers.
Yes.
So we're going to find out who they are in our schedule.
Let's get our schedule, fellas. Oh, and we should say, if one of us gets a teacher, they are no longer eligible for someone else to get it.
We can't share
we're gonna
classes.
make
Baconsale
any
High is
classes.
not going to let us
The
be in the
best
same
thing about
classroom.
having a bad teacher is sometimes you have a buddy in the
but
class.
they don't want us together is the whole point. They need to separate
We'll
us.
literally introduce ourselves every day. I'm Joel. I'm Kent. I'm Zack.
Can you imagine if all three of us were in a
Present.
class at Baconsale High?
That'd be the best. We'd record on our lunch break. Third lunch.
Third lunch?
Yeah, third
There's
lunch.
a third lunch?
There's a
How
third
big
lunch.
is this school?
Levensies.
All right, we're going to go through our subjects, starting with English and literature.
I like this one.
First, we have Luann Johnson from Dangerous Minds.
Yes, this played by Michelle Pfeiffer, based on a real person, actually. A synopsis of Dangerous Minds. An ex-Marine turned teacher struggles to connect her students in an inner-city school.
I bet you that's the plot of a lot of these. Next is Jennifer Honey from Matilda.
Oh, Miss Honey.
Aww.
So, played by M. Beth Davids, the synopsis is, this film adaptation of a Roald Dahl work tells the story of Matilda Wormwood, a gifted girl forced to put up with a crude, distant father and mother.
Next is John Keating from Dead Poets Society.
Played by Robin Williams. Maverick teacher John Keating uses poetry to embolden his boarding school students to new heights of self-expression. Seize the day.
Now we have Sam Colson from Never Been Kissed.
Played by Michael Vartan, a newspaper reporter enrolls in high school as a part of research for a story, and a teacher falls in love with her. Super weird.
Forgot about that movie. Now there's George Feeny from Boy Meets World.
Played by William Daniels. An adolescent with two siblings tests his various theories about life as he endures the trials of growing up alongside a good friend. That's a generic Boy Meets World.
Oh, yeah.
What are you going to do? There's lots of seasons. Then there's Mrs. Simpson from Saved by the Bell.
Played by Pamela Kosh. A close-knit group of 6 friends get through their teens together while attending Bayside High School in Palisades, California.
I feel like we're going to have a lot of Saved by the Bell teachers.
Yep.
I don't know any of them. Now we have, how do I say this?
Nope, got to say it.
Nope. Now it's Dorothy Zbornak from Golden Girls.
Dorothy Zbornak. The synopsis for this, she's from Golden Girls, played by B. Arthur. 4 previously married women live together in Miami, sharing their various experiences together and enjoying themselves despite hard times. Thank you for being a friend.
I love Golden Girls. Why did I not know Dorothy's last name?
I don't
Nobody
know.
does. It's just Dorothy. You just know their first names.
I've never seen a full episode.
Border. What?
It's time.
I know. I need to.
It's time.
I know.
Do you like spicy old ladies? Gonna love this show.
That sounded weird.
Next up is Max Medina from Golden Girls.
Played
Nope,
by,
not Golden Girl.
yeah,
From Gilmore Girls.
played by Scott Cohen, a dramedy centering around the relationship between a 30-something single mother and her teen daughter living in Stars Hollow, Connecticut.
The weird thing was that synopsis wasn't even written down. It's just from Kent's memory.
Oh, please! I've seen one season.
He loves
Joel.
Finally, we have Carrie Bliss from Good Morning, Miss Bliss.
Played by Haley Mills. The synopsis for Good Morning Miss Bliss is recently widowed Miss Carrie Bliss teaches at a middle school in Indianapolis where she helps her students tackle life lessons.
This is Saved by the Bell year 0.
Yeah, this is before Saved by the Bell became Saved by the Bell. Now,
Origins, as some would say.
Is it just me, or does it feel like almost every teacher? This is our longest group here.
I know what you're going to say.
9 people, and it always seems like it's either a literature professor,
Yeah.
or a history professor, or a music professor.
Yeah.
Those are the teachers in movies that resonate.
They
Why?
are the inspiring teacher. Why is it they are the ones that are going to make a difference? There are some like very prominent ones that aren't even on this list. What is it?
Yeah, we should mention we didn't include every teacher ever.
Right.
We had
There's
a
a few
very
we
long
left
list
out.
we had to chop out, but still 9 is a lot to pick from.
Sorry, Hillary Swank.
And Zach, just because you may not know some of these people, and listener, because you may not know some of the teachers, we'll go into more detail if we get them on our schedule.
Yes.
Okay. So who's going to pick first? Who gets the schedule generated randomly first?
I'm the oldest. I'd be going into school first.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
Joel,
go with
please
that.
do.
Okay. Joel, you get
Come on.
for your English teacher.
Come on.
Sam Coulson from Never Been the Hits.
No, he's fine.
No, the thing
or
is-
should I say he's fine?
No, here's the problem: is that I was just scrolling through, and I'm like, I'm pretty much good with all these teachers except for Sam Coulson.
Look, he's a good flirter with 17-year-olds.
That's the weird part. Is this whole thing is like so in Never Been Kissed? What's her name? Drew
Josie
Barrymore.
Grossi.
Yeah, Drew Barrymore playing Josie Grossi. She goes back as she's a reporter. She apparently can pass as a high school student, so they make her go back to high school.
Kinda.
And then the teacher starts kind of falling for her, and it's cute because
Obviously, he's conflicted. It's not like he just falls in love with the
he
high
is,
school
and he
student.
does stop
Right.
himself many times, but still kind of one of those things where I'm like, that would be made today. And he's one of those teachers who walks in, and the first thing he does is like, just call me Sam. Like, don't call me Mr.
Yeah,
Coulson.
it's a little too casual.
That's what makes him cool.
Like when he finds out that Josie is actually older than she says, he says in quotes, "I just can't look at you the same way." And I'm like, does that mean you liked it better before?
Well, she was lying to him. Dang it, I don't want Sam Coulson. He seems to like literature, and that's fine. But I didn't.
Hey, I don't think you're in his demographic, so I think
I'm
you're
not.
okay.
I'm fine. But that's just the one I didn't. I'm not going to have fun in that class.
Yeah, there's so many.
All right, move along.
Give me a good
We have
teacher.
We
Who do
have
we
a
got?
lot of
Kent?
teachers to get through.
Okay. Kent, you get Mrs. Simpson from Saved by the Bell.
Oh, see, I don't even know her.
She's the one who couldn't hear. Like she says, "How did Juliet die?" And Zack's trying to get in detention. So he says, "He took your class." And she goes, "Right, Zachary, poison in a glass," because she can't hear anything. Although one time she did say about Zach Morris, she's like, "I don't like that boy."
Well, and she's a little awkward too. She did say that Zack and Kelly were the best couple at Bayside High after they were broken up.
Awkward.
Like she doesn't pay attention.
And
so
she got that hearing aid that one time.
Yeah.
That was too sensitive, and so the bell went off, and she starts screaming.
I'm disappointed in my teacher.
Well, aren't we all?
Zach, who do you
Okay,
have?
Here we go. My choice is I win. I get Miss Honey.
No!
I win.
Boo!
I win. I get Jennifer Honey from Matilda.
You know she's the stepniece of Trunchbull, right?
She's so lovely.
She's so sweet and
She's
encouraging.
the nicest. Oh,
they-
I'm bad in this subject, so I need her.
I love that you could have got like John Keating, right? Or Mr. Feeny. People that would have changed your lives. But
Yeah.
Miss
Honey
She's so
changed
nice.
Matilda's
She's
life.
she did.
She's the one
so
who.
sweet.
She's the one who like encouraged
makeshift
Matilda
mother for her
to
as well.
use her telekinetic powers.
Hey, Zach, maybe you'll develop those.
I would like those. That would be lovely.
Zach definitely wins that.
I
round.
definitely win. I mean, obviously, Miss Honey being from Matilda,
yeah.
just so encouraging. She's going to help me. I am a wayward. Okay, so if you had to switch, if you had to make the class switch, who would you pick?
I'd love to be be inspired by John Keating.
Yeah,
or,
I think he's the pick.
or
for
even
me.
I thought Carrie Bliss would be a great choice too. Miss Bliss.
Mr. Feeny.
Yeah, Mr. Feeny or Mr. Keating are
He
going to be
is
the
so
top.
concerned about our well-being, and he will follow me throughout school in a good way.
The whole time I'm just like, you sound like Kit, the car.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's the same voice.
Yeah.
he played the same voice, but I don't
he's
have
so-
that connection to Boy Meets World.
He's so versatile, though. Like he followed Corey through from first to sixth grade, became a principal, taught him in high school as well. Like that's amazing.
Yeah, and it
Or
was his neighbor,
stalkerish.
his next door neighbor. They had conversations in the backyard. All right. So if we transfer in, that's where you're going. But we're not.
We can't.
No
We're
transfers.
Stuck with that class. So let's move on to the history. Now we have 7 options for teachers in the history category, starting with Indiana Jones from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, played by Harrison Ford, the prime of his life. So in 1936, archaeologist and adventurer Indiana Jones is hired by the U.S. government to find the Ark of the Covenant before Adolf Hitler's Nazis can obtain its awesome powers.
I always thought when growing up that Indiana Jones was like a superhero.
Yeah.
Where it was like he was pretending to be a teacher, but then he takes off his glasses and puts on his hat, and he's Indiana Jones.
Well, I mean, is he ever really a teacher?
He is. They showed him
He's there
teaching.
for a day, and he's like, I got to go on a job.
Yeah, when does he actually teach?
He teaches multiple times in the movies.
once again, flirting with the... Anyways.
No, she never flirts back.
And they blink. Now we have Mr. Hand from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Played by Ray Walston, a group of Southern California high school students are enjoying their most important subjects: sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Why'd you make me read that one?
Nudity.
I really hope that Joel gets that one.
Well, Mr. Hand is kind of a jerk. Like he's the one.
He's a jerk.
He's like, you got Spicoli's kind of the fun-loving dude, and Mr. Hand is the very strict.
Can you imagine Joel in a class with Spicoli? Great. Now we have Ross Geller from Friends.
Played by David Schwimmer. He follows the personal and professional lives of 6 20 to 30-something-year-old friends living in Manhattan.
Who somehow can afford that apartment.
Somehow. It's a
Now-
different age.
Yeah,
Two
totally.
apartments.
Yeah. Now we have Rufus from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Played by George Carlin. Two seemingly dumb teens set off on a quest to prepare the ultimate historical presentation with the help of a time machine. And he actually, by the way, is a history teacher from the year 2688 AD.
Perfect.
I was a little bit confused, but then I realized, oh yeah, I guess
He's a history
actually
teacher.
is.
He's a history teacher at Bill and Ted University.
That's how we know. Now we have Mr. Lauren Sachs from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
He has a name?
He has a name.
And the economics teacher has a name?
Bueller.
So, played by Ben Stein.
Basically just Ben Stein.
Yeah, so Ferris Bueller, a high school wise guy, is determined to have a day off from school, despite what the principal thinks of that.
Next is Charlie Moore from Head of the Class.
This is played by Howard Hessman in the show synopsis. A laid-back teacher provides needed guidance about life for a special class of exceptional students.
The way this is going, I'm going to get that person because I have no idea what Head of the Class is.
It's a great
Basically, a group
late
of
80s, early 90s sitcom.
overachievers get this kind of special class, and the teacher's kind of laid back.
Yeah.
Okay. And finally, we have Edna Krabappel.
What?
Edna Krabappel. Miss Krabappel.
Krabappel.
Do you not know Mrs. Krabappel? I don't know.
One more time.
Krabappel.
Mrs. Krabappel. It's not like she's a Turkish treat. What's going on here?
Played by Marshall Wallace.
From
Come
The
on.
Simpsons.
I'll never be able to say the
Mrs.
right way
Krabappel.
again. Voiced by Marshall Wallace, like you said.
My gosh.
Simpsons is The Simpsons, the satiric adventures of a working class family in the misfit city of Springfield.
She's only the probably most well-known teacher on our entire list.
You
I
remind
know
me
who she is. I don't know her name.
Zach's the equivalent of the substitute teacher from Key and Peele.
You done messed up. Edna.
Krabappel. Capybara. Let's do this.
All right,
Done messed up, eDNA.
I know Joel went first last time. I think I would like to have my teacher picked for me first.
That sounds good.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Your teacher will be Edna Krabappel.
Wait, that's my teacher?
Yeah.
I hate my schedule so far. Like, she doesn't care about it. Like, she's so jaded with teaching. And granted, those are elementary students. But she does not care. And she knows the subject matter. But her students never pay attention. And I don't think she cares that they're paying attention.
She's cynical.
Expects
she's
nothing from the students.
Short-tempered. But she has a softer side, too, especially for Skinner.
But the class smells like cigarette smoke.
Yeah,
Who
bad.
wants that?
and
constant.
alcohol.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
Zach.
Okay, for my
If you get a good one,
my history
I'll be
teacher.
so upset.
Yeah. I got, oh no. You're going to think I'm cheating. I will show you. I will show Joel.
If you get Indiana Jones.
He got Indiana
I got
Jones.
Indiana Jones.
But no, this is classroom. This isn't Indiana Jones. This is Dr. Henry
Actually,
Walton
I gotta-
Jr.
I got to be honest. I bet you Harrison Ford's a real boring teacher.
Well, he is because he uses the chalkboard like he's
Yeah.
really old school. And he probably
Old school. He was teaching in 1930.
That's old school. He probably wouldn't share stories about his adventures. He's not that
No.
kind of charismatic teacher.
No, he wants to keep that separate.
So I bet he's very droll, but he's still Harrison Ford.
I would be
Ken
like,
just started writing on his eyelids.
I would be writing on my
Love
eyelids for him,
you.
actually. And then finally, Joel,
Come on, big money.
your history teacher.
I know who I want.
Who you know who you want.
Yeah.
Okay, your history teacher is Rufus from Bill and Ted's
That's who
Excellent
I
Adventure.
wanted.
Oh, nice.
I get okay.
Whatever.
So, first of all, I want to point
Whatever.
out, first of all, it's George Carlin, so he's going to be funny. But also, he has a time machine. When we see him teaching history class, he's literally bringing out like the guy from Faith No More and Johann Sebastian Bach and Thomas Edison. Like he's bringing these people to teach them. You get to travel through time, or at least meet the people
Joel,
from time.
You may be lost in time, though. He may lose you in the past.
If he don't, I don't think he takes the students on the trip. I think he brings the people to them.
Okay.
So we'll just have Genghis Khan running around in my classroom.
Murdering you guys.
Yeah.
I'm
good with
just
that.
jealous, okay?
I'm good with that, as Rufus is my history teacher.
And he wears the sunglasses in the class.
Yep.
Because apparently
Naturally,
it's bright
yeah.
inside.
Future's
But
so
he keep
bright.
giving like 80s music references. You're like, what?
Yeah, but that's
Why,
okay.
you're from 2670.
But that's the whole point. I mean, that's when Bill and Ted lived, Kent. That's when the whole focus of time is.
Yeah, you'll get tired of hearing about Whitesnake all the time.
Nope. Never.
Does he ever just become George Carlin? Because that wouldn't be appropriate for you.
No.
It's a different world in 2688 AD.
Okay. All right, next up, we have to find our math teacher or maths. I could have
Maths
said
for
math,
British.
but I'm pridefully British.
How British are you?
Okay, our first math teacher we have is Sharon Norbury from Mean Girls.
This is played by Tina Fey. And the synopsis of the movie: Katie Heron is a hit with the Plastics, the A-list girl clique at her new school, until she makes the mistake of falling for Aaron Samuels, the ex-boyfriend of Alpha Plastic Regina George.
Some of these synopses on
That's
IMDb,
wordy.
Like, it's so specific. I really hope Kent gets her.
Do we have to mention Aaron Samuels in the synopsis?
Seriously. Next is James Escalante from Stand and Deliver.
Played by Edward James Olmos, the legend. The story of Jamie Escalante, real person, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
A high school teacher who successfully inspired his dropout-prone students to learn calculus. So say we all.
And what
So
did he
say we
teach
all.
me? What did he teach me? A negative times a negative is a positive. And I've never forgotten that
Really?
because of this
From
movie.
this movie?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. And now we have John Nash from A Beautiful Mind.
Played by Russell Crowe. And the synopsis: after also another real person, after John Nash, a brilliant but asocial mathematician, accepts secret work in cryptography, his life takes a turn for the nightmarish.
Or does it? Mr. Dewey from Saved by the Bell.
We've given the synopsis on this one, but it's played by Patrick Thomas O'Brien.
Yep.
And he has a very monotonous voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's that kind of that dry guy the
Yeah.
whole time. I've been working out.
He's been teaching there for 30 years, so he's a little done.
I think he ended up going to new class even.
Yeah, a lot of these teachers did.
Yeah.
Paychecks.
Now we have Eustace Whitman from Community.
That's played by John Michael Higgins. A suspended lawyer is forced to enroll in a community college with an eccentric staff and a student body, and he's an accounting teacher.
Who is he?
But he's the seize the day teacher.
Oh,
yeah,
got it. Oh,
but it's
yeah.
accounting. But he never actually teaches accounting.
You must seize the day by the end of the day or whatever.
Yeah.
What is that?
Why don't we stand on our desks?
And finally, Ben Chang, also from Community.
Senior Chang.
Senor Chang.
Played
Senor
by,
Chang.
Yeah, Senor Chang, played by Ken Jeong.
And we already talked about community.
Yes,
so
we
yeah,
did.
yeah, he was the Spanish teacher who then became a math teacher. That's why we're including him in here, because we don't have a foreign language class.
Zack, I think the best one here is probably Edward James Olmos.
It's got to be.
And you're probably going to get
I think
him.
Tina. I think Mrs. Norbury would be good to have.
She's
cared
been
about
accused
her
of pushing drugs.
by Katie in a burn book.
Hey, look. Who knows?
Let's see what I get.
All right, Zach, you get first. Who's your math teacher?
Ben Chang, great. Senior
Actually,
Chang is
no,
my
because
teacher.
he'll want to hang out with you all the time.
No,
You'll
I don't
invite
want
him into the
that.
friend group.
He's insane.
I have
It's
a nice
who he
TV.
is.
Is he going to come over and watch soccer with me?
Yeah.
No.
Every
he
day.
won't teach you anything. I still don't know how he ended up being a math teacher, because that was after he was in jail. It was a work release program, and they put him as a math teacher.
Zach, that's actually a bad choice.
Finally I have a bad teacher on my schedule because that's terrible. Okay.
He didn't even know Spanish.
And yet he's in the math program.
Nobody at Greendale knows anything about what they teach.
I don't know. The history of ice cream. That was a pretty popular class.
All right, Joel.
Come
you're
on.
up next. And you get John Nash from A Beautiful Mind.
Dang it! He is going to speak so far above where my understanding is.
And when he keeps talking to the teacher's assistant who's in the corner, who's not in the
Not
corner.
actually
I
there.
have this note here. You ready? Made fundamental contributions to game theory, differential geometry, and the study of partial differential equations. I don't know what I just read.
But he could hook you up at clubs. He's like, if you go talk to her, but not her.
What?
Remember that scene where he talks about the most beautiful woman in the room?
I only remember the baby almost drowning in the bathtub.
It's a great scene. Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's a traumatic movie.
Hold
for
on
me.
for dear life. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and this is one where, I mean, he did Dr. Nash did have mental illness. He had schizophrenia, and so
a brilliant man.
Yeah, but a beautiful mind. Even.
Yes,
but to have him as a teacher, I don't know. I think he'd talk way over above my head, and then he may confuse me at times. So I'm not really excited for that as my math teacher.
Kent, you're up next.
Yes,
you have been assigned Mr. Negative times a negative is a positive himself. James has come on to
good education right there, but he's really tough though.
You'll be inspired.
He's really tough, but holy cow, like after students started passing classes, he kept getting more and more and more and more students to the point where he was like, I can't teach as many students.
This is someone that after I graduate, I would want to keep in contact with and just share the successes of my life.
And he's, like I said, he's a real person who is a Bolivian-American educator who taught calculus from 1974 to 1991 at Garfield High School in East Los Angeles.
How many times did you guys watch this in the school?
Just once.
Multiple, but I wouldn't say like too many. Like it was like 3 or 4, maybe.
I think
my whole school
I probably watched it 3 times.
It's an inspiring movie.
And those second 2 times, I was like, nice. I like this.
Of course, you know how I only remember the baby almost drowning in Beautiful Mind? In this one, I only remember the heart attack.
Yeah.
And that scares me every time.
Yeah. All right, next up, we're going to break a sweat here because we got to get a PE teacher, gentlemen.
Whoop, whoop.
Okay. No. Oh, I'm cheating on this one.
No.
Nope. For our first PE teacher, we have Mr. Miyagi from
Say
the Karate
his full
King.
name. Mr. Miyagi's full name. Go for it.
Narayoshi Kaisuke Miyagi.
That sounded good.
That's not bad.
Seems disrespectful to Mr. Miyagi.
You call him Mr.
We call him Mr. Doll.
I did.
A martial arts master agrees to teach karate to a bullied teenager who really was the cause of everything.
He really is the worst.
So he's not like
for life.
He's not like a PE teacher, but he definitely is a teacher.
Yes.
Teacher, yes.
Of physical education.
Now we have Coach Joe Willis from the faculty.
Played by Robert Patrick. And this synopsis, when Casey Connor, Harrington High's school newspaper photographer, witnesses the murder of a nurse and sees her alive again, he decides to investigate the bizarre happening.
It has nothing to do with the
The faculty is about aliens taking over teachers in a
Invasion of the Body
school.
Snatchers in high school.
Yes.
It's that easy.
Thank you, IMDb synopsis.
T1000. Next up is Coach Sue Sylvester from Glee.
Played by Jane Lynch.
Nice.
A group of ambitious misfits try to escape the harsh realities of high school by joining a glee club headed by a passionate Spanish teacher.
And she was technically the coach of the cheerleading club, but we'll call that physical education.
Yeah, she wore a tracksuit
She,
every day.
That counts.
She's a lot closer to a teacher than Mr. Miyagi. So, I'm just saying. Now it's John.
How dare you? How dare you disrespect Mr. Miyagi's name?
Well, John Kreese from The Karate Kid.
Played by Martin Cove. We already talked about the Karate Kid synopsis, so just know that he's the jerk sensei of Cobra Kai.
Yeah, more than a jerk.
Movies.
Yeah,
Sweep the leg.
horrible.
Yeah.
Next is Coach Eric Taylor from Friday Night Lights.
Played by Kyle Chandler in the TV version, a drama that follows the lives of the Dillon Panthers, one of the nation's best high school football teams, and their head coach, Eric Taylor.
That synopsis basically just explained what we just said.
Yeah.
And finally, we have Coach Hayden Fox from Coach.
Played by Craig T. Nelson. The synopsis is Hayden Fox is the head coach of a university football team and eats, sleeps, and lives football.
Hangs out with Dauber.
Okay, before we get your schedule, who do you hope for?
Oh, Mr. Miyagi.
You think?
I think he might understand my physical education levels and help me surpass them instead of trying to beat me into a pulp.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Miyagi.
I want Coach.
You want coach?
I love Coach.
I've heard good things about Eric Taylor.
I think he plays
Coach
favorites.
Taylor.
Yeah.
And you never actually see him coaching or mentoring or teaching. Ever.
And I mean Craig T. Nelson from Coach.
Right.
Yeah. Just because he's Mr. Incredible. So, come on. Okay, here we go.
Joel's first?
Joel is first on this one.
All right.
You get Sue Sylvester from Glee.
I seriously, it's like I do it, when you say you get, and I look at the list, I'm like, which one don't I want?
You jinxed it.
And every time I look,
Joel, you're going to become such a bully.
Jane Lynch is a jerk
You're
in
going to be
this
throwing
show.
slushies into people's faces.
Like I've never really seen an episode of Glee, but I've seen many clips of Sue Sylvester. Like
I'm so
'cause
jealous that
love
you've
to
never
hate
seen
her.
that show.
I know, it's kind of fun.
It's a very one-note character.
Yeah.
But she is charismatic enough that she carries a kind of a really boring character.
She seemed to me, at least from what I can gather, kind of like, if I may put this in terms I understand, like if Lucille Bluth was a PE teacher. Just very sarcastic and cutting in her remarks.
she's a very mustachioed villain.
Yeah.
Purposely awful.
She has a mustachio.
Good.
Yeah, but she is. Yeah, she's the leader of the Cheerios cheerleading club. She does move on to different things. I think she ends up like vice president or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who even knows?
That
I'm
show
not happy
goes
with that.
so off the rails.
I'm so not on board with this pick. Although Jane Lynch would be maybe fun to hang out with, but not.
No, she's
Sue Sylvester.
mean-spirited.
Yeah,
She would hit you with a dodgeball every day. All right, Zach, who do I get?
You got Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah!
Come on.
God.
Although I hate chores. I hate chores.
No,
he'd be like, scrub the shower.
congratulations. You got a teacher who's going to make you clean the classroom every day.
But I'd learned karate, and I could actually say, truthfully, I learned karate.
You wouldn't know. You would. You were. What belt did you get?
The orange belt.
Oh,
obviously.
Very good. You wouldn't know that you learned karate though until it was like you'd go to graduation and he'd like,
And I'd win a fight.
yeah, you wouldn't even know.
But you'd be
but
in great
still.
shape too.
You wouldn't be like, oh, I know karate.
And you get a car. You get a classic car.
And would he send me to Japan?
Does he give
if
a
I
classic
chose
car
him?
to every student in his class?
If he likes them. So Kent wouldn't get a car.
Yeah, probably not. I'm bad at chores.
All right, Zach.
And I have Coach Joe Willis from the faculty.
Based on our description, we don't know if that's good or bad. Except for the fact that he has an alien parasite.
I mean,
in
picture
him.
Robert Patrick, the T-1000 type
Very
character.
intimidating.
He's a firm, hard-hitting coach. He was one of the first victims of the alien invasion, though,
Yeah.
so you never know if you're going to get Coach Joe or Coach Alien Joe.
It's Coach Alien Joe.
I haven't seen the movie.
It should. It's pretty fun.
Okay.
But you should read the synopsis. It was amazing.
Based on
From
the
that
synopsis,
description.
I absolutely need to watch this. Terrible. Now we have science, which I got to be honest was absolutely my worst
Really?
subject in school.
I love science.
Math was the toughest for me.
Biology, I really enjoyed biology.
Yeah, no way. All right, first up we have Severus Snape from the Harry Potter franchise.
Played by Alan
Snape.
Rickman.
Alan Rickman.
Severus Snape.
An orphan boy enrolls in a school of wizardry where he learns the truth about himself, his family, and the terrible evil that haunts the magical world.
Charles Xavier from X-Men.
Played by Patrick Stewart, who's almost Sean Connery right now.
Why is he?
Can you just do accents and impressions for everyone?
Here's the synopsis. In a world where mutants exist and are discriminated against, two groups form an inevitable clash. This is a terrible synopsis.
It is.
Mutants.
Mutants, good ones
With
versus
two
bad
exclamation
ones.
points.
Yeah.
It's like the X-Men the musical. Mutants.
We're only 2 in, and this is an awesome category. Now we have Sherman Klump from The Nutty Professor.
Hercules.
Hercules.
Played by Eddie Murphy. Grossly overweight yet good-hearted Professor Sherman Klump takes a special chemical that turns him into the slim but obnoxious Buddy Love.
I have forgotten about this movie.
Everyone
As
has.
you should. Everybody has. Now we have Valerie Frizzle from The Magic School Bus.
Miss Frizzle.
This is a great category.
Played by Lily Tomlin. An eccentric school teacher takes her class on wondrous educational field trips with the help of a magical school bus.
Now we have Walter White from Breaking Bad.
Say my name, Bryan Cranston. Liam Neeson is Bryan Cranston this time around. A high school chemistry teacher diagnosed with inoperable lung cancer turns to manufacturing and selling methamphetamine in order to secure his family's future.
You got a big word in there.
Yeah.
Wow, proud of you.
Crab apple.
Now we have Herbert Garrison from South Park.
Mr. Garrison.
Played by Trey Parker, as most people on that show.
Yeah.
The synopsis of South Park follows the misadventures of 4 irreverent grade schoolers in the quiet, dysfunctional town of South Park, Colorado.
Next is Dick Solomon from Third Rock from the Sun.
Played by John Lithgow. No, that was Bernie Sanders. A group of aliens are sent to Earth disguised as a human family to experience and report life on the third planet from the sun.
Mm-hmm. Next is Marshall Kane from Community.
He's played by Michael K. Williams. We've already read the synopsis, but just know that he's a Greendale biology professor who used to serve time in prison.
Ooh. And finally, Harrison Wells from The Flash.
Played by Tom Cavanaugh. After being struck by lightning, Barry Allen wakes up from his coma to discover that he's been given the power of super speed, becoming the next Flash fighting crime in Central City. Thank you very much.
So if the English category was inspiration, this is superheroes.
It's aliens and villainy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Frizz.
And the
I think the Frizz would honestly...
She's a villain.
She's like Rufus, but your life will literally be at risk every day.
But then you get like Walter White. I mean, yeah, he was a drug kingpin, but in the classroom, he was a teacher who cared about teaching science.
He's a bit boring, though.
And he was good. No. He tried his best, but then the kids didn't care.
He never wanted to be a teacher. He wanted to be a chemist.
But he loved...
And he had to become a teacher.
He loved chemistry.
What kind of mentor is he? Do tell.
I'm not going to hang out with him after class.
Yeah, are you going to be Jesse? You going to hang out with him?
No.
Okay.
All he did was guilt Jesse about not being good enough.
And that went well.
And he tried to push him.
That went really well. We were complaining about Walter White.
We're all going to get Walter White. Okay. First, Kent, you are getting assigned first, and you get...
There's not a bad choice.
Sherman Clump.
Oh, that's the bad choice. That's the bad choice. I wanted to be a mutant.
You're not a mutant just because you're going to his class.
Maybe you get Buddy Love sometime.
Maybe you
that's
are a
the thing.
mutant.
You get, like, I would get like him, just like Buddy Love could show up but not know anything about the subject and be jerks
Sherman
to
Clump
us.
is a good teacher, and he's a kind
super
man.
nice, but he's obviously not happy and he's not satisfied with where he's at.
Isn't that where he ends up, though? He ends up happy with where he's at?
The end, but it's a story arc, Joel.
Yeah.
But where are you getting him as a teacher?
Probably at the beginning when he's becoming Buddy Love as well.
And are you going to get taught by Buddy Love? So
I think so. I think he'll show up.
sounds weird.
Twilight of his career, Eddie Murphy?
Yeah. Pre-Norbit.
Post-Prime?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm up next, and I will get Miss Frizzle.
So help me.
Nice.
You are rigging this.
You
Zach is rigging the system.
So Zach has a computer that he's not showing us the screen of, and he's just naming the best teacher.
clicked it once. I'm not Jake.
Does that mean dishonest? Oh, you're lucky.
Little cheater pants. Yeah.
But you might die.
Yeah, Miss Frizzle is one of those that I'm like, yeah.
No, she will almost kill us every
Like
time.
those white blood cells may kill you, and then your mom will have to be called after class.
But I'm the kid who doesn't even like science. I'll be in the back of the bus about to hurl.
Here's the thing. I think we all had, maybe, I did, but I think almost everyone had in their life a teacher like Miss Frizzle in the zany part, but she didn't have a magic school bus. She would just wear weird dresses
Had a
and
lizard
talk
in
really
class.
fast. Yeah.
No, she's super passionate. I am quite jealous.
Yeah, she would have been a fun one to have, especially if you get on the magic school bus.
All right, Joel.
And Joel.
White. Walter White. Walter White.
Charles
Walter,
Xavier.
Yes. Yeah. So he
Walter
Yes.
White, of course.
he is he's a geneticist.
Sorry, I got Walter.
But of course, it's Walter White.
Patrick Stewart.
He's a geneticist, he's a psychologist. He's pretty strict with the students. They have to go through rigorous training.
He
I
made
don't know if
his
I like
class
that.
read Once and Future King.
He's also manipulative, and here's the thing: I cannot like kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Not doze off, but just my brain
Daydream.
can't wander.
Yeah.
Because he can totally read my thoughts and be like, "Why are you thinking about the girl next to you?"
Money punny. Here's the problem. If you,
I didn't say my S's.
if you ever ditch class and go to Arby's, he has Cerebro and will find you at
But you're a
Arby's.
mutant.
But
If
I
you-
don't.
You are inherently a mutant if he's your teacher.
Actually, I go to the school. Well, I'm just a school for the gifted.
The turnover rate at that school and in the X-Men, not great. I'm a little worried about you.
So, do you think that they recruit the bad ones into the X-Men? Like, you're not
Just
a
be
very
like,
good student, so let's
scared
just have
straight.
let's just
Yeah.
have you go light stuff on fire.
My mutant power, by the way, would just be making people speak family friendly when I'm around them automatically. And I'd go by Quentin Tarantino. It'd just be like this whole thing where I'm like, wow, friggin'.
Your superhero name? Clear Player.
Oh, I was going to say the censor.
I liked Vid Angel.
Oh, that's good too.
Vid Archangel.
That's hard to
Vid
say.
Archangel?
Vid Archangel. This show is such a weird pat on the back for us.
Weird twist.
So dumb. So dumb. All right, that finishes up our science category. We are having schedules here. If you this is
We are
not a
having
good thing.
schedules
We're
here?
having schedules here.
This is the best orientation ever.
Yeah,
We're doing what the show set out to do.
And once again, it's a bigger category, much like English. If you could switch classes, who would you switch to? Would you switch, Joel? You got Professor
no,
X?
I think I'm happy with my mutant powers.
Yeah. What about?
I'd absolutely switch.
What would you switch from?
If
Or
Harrison
two?
Wells was Harrison Wells, I think it would be a really cool technology class.
Yeah.
But the fact that he killed my mom and framed my dad for it, I'd be a little worried about.
You're not the Flash.
I'm not.
You could be.
But what if I went with Patrick Stewart? Because I would probably pick Charles Xavier.
I think
can't.
But
I
the
already
James
got him.
McAvoy one.
the James McAvoy.
Oh, come
Yeah.
I think
on.
I might want Dick Solomon. He seems fun.
He's kind of an egotistical jerk.
I like that in people. I'm friends with Kent.
Ouch.
All right.
That was
It was like,
mean.
it's like a bump set and spike you did yourself.
Now, this next one we'll just call the artistic elective because this is choir, band, dance, drama, sort of performing arts.
Yes. We'll call it that.
Yeah. First up is Dewey Finn from School of Rock.
Played by Jack Black, and the synopsis is, after being kicked out of his rock band, Dewey Finn becomes a substitute teacher of an uptight elementary private school, only to try and turn his class into a rock band.
Then we have Glenn Holland from Mr. Holland's Opus.
Played by Richard Dreyfuss, a frustrated composer finds fulfillment as a high school music teacher.
As a kid who has been in band for a long time in school, I've seen this movie so many times in school.
Yeah.
This is the only
last week's
movie.
class when they just start playing movies and
Yeah.
stop teaching.
This is the only movie they play in band classes.
Are you doing sign language over there?
I am. That's the only thing I remember from that movie.
And then we have Maria Von Trapp from The Sound of Music.
Played by Julie Andrews, and the synopsis is it's the sound of music. Come on, people, you know the
I
synopsis.
hadn't seen it until like a month ago.
Oh, okay. A woman leaves an Austrian convent to become a governess to a naval officer widower's children. Wow, that was hard to say.
Then there's surprise Nazis.
Surprise Nazis. Always the worst.
Uh-oh. This might be the worst one of this entire list. Terrence Fletcher from Whiplash.
Am I rushing or am I dragging?
I'm nervous.
Worst or best for you?
No. Bad. Horrible.
But he pushes... Well, let's get a synopsis.
Okay. A beep. Beep. Oh, Joel,
Is he
are your
backing
powers
up?
working
My
on
powers.
me?
Turn my powers on.
A promising young drummer enrolls at a cutthroat music conservatory where his dreams of greatness are mentored by an instructor who will stop at nothing to realize a student's potential.
He's going to throw chairs at you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I'm stressed. Okay, moving on to Will Schuester from Glee.
He's like the opposite of Terrence Fletcher.
It's like the worst teacher.
But he played
Yeah.
by Matthew Morrison, but he's okay. He is like Mr. Nice Guy. He's a Spanish teacher who teaches the Glee Club.
Did he teach him how to lip sync to auto-tune?
How nice is it to blackmail your students to join the Glee Club?
I'll get to that if we talk about it.
And then we have Sean Garrity from Community.
And played by Kevin Corrigan.
Professor.
Oh, yeah, this is Professor Professorson. And
Yeah.
he actually, of the teachers that's not Senior Chang, probably appeared in the show the most.
And he actually can teach. He's teaching drama.
Yeah.
And he pretends to be Professor.
But like you never know if he like is playing a mental game or not.
Yeah. He's a fun character.
Fun character, for sure.
Okay, I will go first here, and I will get...
I don't even want to know.
I'm not going to cheat, I promise. Will Schuester from Glee. I hate Glee.
So yes, the
He's
nice
gonna
guy.
hit on you.
The nice guy. It says here, this is in his, this is on like fandom or whatever it is, the Glee fandom page. He's an extremely driven and at times obsessive individual when it comes to his personal desires. He is also willing to resort to dark methods in order to get what he wants, such as planting drugs in Finn's locker and blackmailing him into joining Glee. What?
Hey, Zach, I hope you like cover songs.
I hate it so much.
Happy go lucky.
You know what he's going to
Cover
do, Zach?
What?
He's going to make you sing Zachary Levi songs.
I'm in. I mean, I wouldn't mind being
But
like...
it's going to be like a remix, like...
songs.
But at last I see the light. I saw the light.
I was so thankful of all the choir I did. I never did like a show choir. You know, I did a madrigal choir or, a concert choir.
These are terms.
Yes. Never a show choir. I didn't have to sing
I wasn't ever in
covers
choir.
of anything. Oh, this is horrible.
It's horrible.
Worst case scenario.
All
Okay.
right. Worst case scenario, or is that whatever Kent's about to get?
No, worst case scenario is definitely Fletcher. But, Joel, I hope you like to yodel. You're getting Maria Von Trapp.
Hey! I'm okay with that because she's going to make me cool uniforms out of curtains. That'll be fun. We'll go on boat trips.
Lederhosen?
And we'll Lederhosen. We'll walk around the mountains. I'll learn the songs I already know by heart. And it's going to be great. So I'm okay with that.
But at the end of every class, you have to sing farewell.
That's fine
As
too.
the bell rings.
I love routine. I'm a fan. So I'm okay with this.
I love routine.
Yeah. Auf Wiedersehen. I'm very happy with this.
Guys, we all dodged a bullet, by the way.
But I haven't got a class yet. I need this on my
I
schedule.
will assign you your schedule right now. You have Dewey Finn from School of Rock.
Oh, he doesn't care about teaching at all.
No, but
He does at the end.
You get to be in a rock band.
I'll be in a rock band.
Kent, what are you doing in the rock band?
Juice harp. Bong, 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 bong.
It's not a mouth harp.
Yeah, but they call it a juice harp.
A juice is the word?
Jews.
Why?
Jewish. It's a thing.
They-
I've played it before.
It's blessed. It's
Or
kosher.
the nose flute.
Yeah, nose flute.
Do it.
Wait, play a song from School of Rock. Yeah, little Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
I heard that. Wipe off your microphone now.
It's fine.
No. If I could switch, I would take Mr. Holland.
Of course you would.
He's a great teacher.
I would. Yeah. All right, now we get into
Nobody got Fletcher.
No, thank
Ooh.
goodness.
Because that guy is, he is one that he'll manipulate you and push you to your limits.
But if you succeed, you could be the best there ever is.
Kent loves to give the quote, the two worst words what is it?
The two worst words in the English language are good job.
Good job.
And so he knows that you need to, it's a cutthroat world to get into jazz bands.
Well, even I mean, you can see him manipulating other people as well. It's not just the main character, but he's the worst.
He is the worst. He scares me.
But we don't have to deal with him this year, guys.
Nope.
Maybe next year.
Jacob got him.
Now we have social studies and debate.
Yeah, this was
kind of boring.
Well, it's more where
Hey, what does social studies mean to you?
the study of social things.
I don't know. This is like history, but also sometimes politics.
It's
I had
like
a political science class.
current events kind of stuff. Maybe I don't know.
I had a.
It's
class,
kind of a catch-all.
Yeah.
I had a class that was just on Utah. I had a Utah history class.
I
yeah.
had that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a seventh grade
social
class. Yep.
studies. Yeah, it was.
That's when I learned about Joe Hill and the murder in Salt Lake.
Nice.
I guess I didn't learn anything.
Yeah.
Okay, we have Eugene Simone from Pay It Forward.
Played by Kevin Spacey.
Christopher Plummer?
Yeah. Synopsis: a young boy attempts to make the world a better place after his teacher gives him that chance in a very depressing movie. Unnecessarily depressing movie. Excuse me, I read that wrong.
Very much so.
Yes,
Yeah. Then there's Annalise Keating from How to Get Away with Murder.
Played by Viola Davis, a group of ambitious law students and their brilliant criminal defense professor become involved in a twisted murder plot that lasts for 6 seasons that promises to change the course of their lives or deaths. Whoa. I added that part.
Oh,
IMDb.
Look at you.
Edited by Kent.
You could go put it in right now.
Yeah.
Wendell Hall from Clueless.
Mr. Hall. He's played by Wallace Shawn. If you don't know, he's inconceivable.
Rex.
That's all you need to know. Jerry
If you
Seinfeld.
don't know, he's inconceivable.
The synopsis of Clueless: shallow, rich, and socially successful Cher is at the top of her Beverly Hills high school pecking scale. Seeing herself as a matchmaker, Cher first coaxes 2 teachers into dating each other, one of which is Mr. Hall. That's a terrible synopsis of
It's
Clueless.
horrible.
Do better, IMDb.
Why do you got to give me these names? Is it Peter?
Yeah.
Baelish?
Yeah.
Hey, from Game of Thrones.
From Game of Thrones.
Why does a Game of Thrones character
Played
on
by
this list?
Aidan Gillen. This is a debate class,
This
obviously.
was a Kent wild card.
9 noble families fight for control of the lands of Westeros. While the ancient enemy
He gets loud
returns.
sometimes.
Oh, yeah, he does. When he gets more Irish, he becomes more loud after being dormant for millennia.
That was your louder?
Yeah. he whispers the whole show.
Yeah.
Not a teacher per se in a school.
He could teach a
But he-
great debate class because you'd always have control of the conversation.
Kent begged me to keep this one on here.
Okay.
Begged.
All right. Now we have Jim McAllister from Election.
Played by Matthew Broderick. The synopsis of this movie: a high school teacher meets his match in an overachieving student politician, played by Reese Witherspoon.
It's an underrated and now culty type of movie.
It is, for sure.
Yeah, it's overrated.
Yeah, I guess.
It's not
maybe it has-
overrated. Who is it overrated
People
by?
told me how funny it was over and over again.
I
and
think
then
cult audiences.
and I
had
watched
on
it and I
lists.
went, I'm not. It's not.
It's
funny.
so dark.
It's very dark.
It's a dark show for sure. And then we have John Kimball from Kindergarten Cop.
Played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Who is your daddy and what is
No,
he
we
do?
had to.
Who's your daddy and
Some
what
of these
does he do?
teachers, like Edna Krabappel and John Kimball, were like ones that they kind of taught the grade, not
yeah.
necessarily a subject. It's kind of over these. We
Because-
kind of put them where we could.
John Kimball could teach anatomy, for example.
Stop.
Art.
He did.
He definitely
Definitely the
did.
kid taught anatomy.
The kid
Yeah.
did. I'll teach them the
So,
basics,
a
huh?
tough cop must pose as a kindergarten teacher in order to locate a dangerous criminal's ex-wife who may hold the key to putting him behind bars. And he has a ferret, too.
And maybe a tumor.
It's not, a toolbox.
I knew it.
Well, you set it up. Okay. So, who's getting their
Our
teacher
social
first?
studies / debate / whatever.
John Kimball. John Kimball.
Starting
John
with you,
Kimball.
Joel.
Come on.
You are going to get Wendell Hall from Clueless.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
Hall.
He's a decent teacher.
Like, I remember he's the debate teacher at Bronson Alcott High. He's tough loving, but at the same time, he's fair. Like, when Cher comes up and gives her little speech, he kind of gives her appropriate amount of feedback. I felt like he could have raked her across the coals. And especially when he's a little grouchy, so that he falls in love and becomes a much nicer teacher, and they really like him. So hopefully he's in a good mood, but I think Mr. Hall, I'll be okay with learning debate.
He probably looks like a teacher more than anyone we've talked about so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, well, Ben
like,
Stein.
he kind of looks like a
Yeah,
T-Rex
that's
to
true.
me.
It's like a tiny T-Rex.
Yeah, like a little toy T-Rex that you could write a story about.
Oh,
That's adorable.
a story of toys.
It's the English student in you.
References to movies.
There we go.
Can
And
you really just get that?
I just got it.
You just got that he's the voice of Rex in Toy
I just
Story?
got it. Toy Story.
Come on, it's
Yeah.
a classic. Okay, congratulations, Kent. You fought for it, and you get him. You
Oh,
get,
no.
Peter Baelish.
Oh, no.
You get Littlefinger?
Yeah. Am I one of his spiders?
yes.
No,
I don't know
Varys
what that
had
means.
spiders.
Oh,
Baelish didn't have
they're all
spiders.
telling secrets.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love the gossip that would happen in this class. It would be a class full of gossip. And I would probably never lose a debate again. I might lose my head somehow
That's the thing,
by
Ken,
playing
is
the game.
I was going to say, when he's teaching, he's manipulating you. He's finding out your secrets, and then he's using them against you later
That's
in
the
life.
signs of a good teacher right there.
What?
little. Can we call him Littlefinger, or do we have to call him Mr. Baelish?
Hey, call him Littlefinger if you know.
Hanging with Mr. Baelish.
And I was just assigned mine, and mine is Mr. Kimball. Are you all right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got the cop.
He gives a lot of positive reinforcement.
He's a bodybuilder.
He will be investigating a lot about your personal life.
I'm not a policeman.
Who is
I'm a
your daddy,
princess.
and what does he do?
I'm not a policeman. I'm a princess. Oh,
Lucky.
no.
Yeah, I think you won
He's
that one
awesome.
again. I think Zach is rigging this.
I'm telling you, I'm not. Okay. And now this is actually our last class for this schedule.
eighth
for
period.
this year.
Yeah.
Our eighth period.
Oh.
This is visual arts. First, we have Catherine Ann Watson from Mona Lisa Smile.
Played by Julia Roberts. And the synopsis of the movie is a free-thinking art professor teaches conservative 1950s Wellesley? I don't know how to say that term. Wellesley girls to question their traditional social roles.
And Mrs. Culpepper from Saved by the Bell.
Played by Maris Clement. We've talked about Saved by the Bell.
And she's the blind one. Like
Yeah.
the deaf one, she was the blind one with really thick glasses.
Remus Lupin from Harry Potter.
Ah, Lupin. Played by David Thewlis.
Yeah.
We already talked about Harry Potter, but he's the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher who's actually a werewolf.
Is my vote. He's the best Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher.
I was
Totally.
actually, he's
Yeah.
probably the best teacher.
I mean,
in all of
obviously,
Hogwarts.
Had Mad-Eye Moody, Mad-Eye Moody.
He's affected, obviously, by his curse.
Yeah.
Yes.
But of the teachers, like, I wish he was the one that stayed in the role,
was
even though no one can stay in that role.
A good teacher. And
Yeah.
people liked him. Like there's
Yeah.
other good teachers like Flitwick and McGonagall
But
or whatever.
you don't see a lot of actual learning.
The Boggart.
Yeah, the Boggart. No,
Yeah,
but
Defense Against
no,
Dark
but I'm
Arts.
saying until Defense Against Dark Arts.
Oh, yeah, a
but
lot
you
of
don't
learning
really,
potions.
They don't really learn anything. They just say things. This one, they actually learn a skill.
Yeah, it's great. Okay. Then Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother.
Played by Josh Radnor, a father recounts to his children through a series of flashbacks the journey he and his four best friends took leading up to him meeting their mother and then her dying of cancer and him marrying the
Whoa!
What?
In the Heights.
You just spoiled the ending of How I
Do
Met
you
Your
want
Mother.
people to watch this show?
No. Well, the show, yes. The finale, no.
The alternate ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody.
Ruin the show.
Minerva McGonagall from Harry Potter.
Played by Dame Maggie Smith, and we already talked about Harry Potter, but you should know that she's the head of Gryffindor House and the Transfiguration Professor.
So here's the thing. I don't think I'd want her as a professor, but I really want to take her class.
You wouldn't want her as professor?
She's kind of stern.
Yeah, but
She's
she'd be-
stern, but she gets results.
But at the end of the year, you'd respect her so much.
Yeah, it's true.
You'd probably ask for like a signature in the year.
Think how much the Gryffindor
Yeah.
kids loved her.
She's good. She's really good. Oh, geez. Next is Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter.
Played by Imelda Staunton,
The
one of the
complete
worst
opposite.
villains in cinematic history.
She's the opposite of McGonagall.
Everybody like universally is like she's worse than Voldemort.
Think about having this class, like, because it's an art class, right? So you're drawing, but you're actually drawing tattoos and blood on your hands, like with your quills.
let's not tell lies.
I once again Kent begged to have this on there because I do not
She's a
consider
teacher.
I do not consider her a teacher because she taught nothing but fear mongering. That's all she did.
A lot of high school teachers.
I
are the
hate
same.
Dolores Umbridge with a fiery
My choir
passion.
teacher reminds me of
Why
her.
did I say that out loud when Zach's obviously rigging this game?
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me
Zach's
make
like,
sure you get that.
But who
one.
do I want?
I know who I don't want. Kent, you get Catherine Ann Watson from Mona Lisa Smile.
Okay. I want a Lupin.
Wait, you telling me Kent's going to attend a women's private liberal arts college in Massachusetts?
She's going to challenge my way of thinking.
Like Tom Hanks? Wow.
Hey, look, the ratio is great.
You're going to appreciate modern art, Kent, and you're going to break out of your traditional roles.
I daydream thinking about girls all the time in class. I'm in a lot of trouble. Zach, who do you have?
Umbridge.
No way! As your last period of the day?
Yeah, I got to end
That's
the
a
day.
terrible way to
with
end the
Umbridge.
day. And I'm sorry that you had to rig it the other way so it didn't seem like you were rigging it, Zach. But way to fall on that sword.
You got Umbridge.
I did.
Hate
so
Umbridge.
You're in trouble.
universally considered the worst.
Yeah.
One of the worst villains.
I do
Yeah.
hate her.
Irritating.
I hate her in the books. much more than I hate her
More.
in the movie,
Yeah.
but I still think Imelda Staunton did a great job.
Could you imagine if, like, you know, because it's the end of the day, you're excited to go home, and
Right.
you like grab your backpack and start throwing your pens and pencils in there like 5 minutes too early? What would happen to you?
What are you doing?
Oh, Zach, I'm worried for you.
Yeah, I was definitely one who would pack up soon and get yelled at.
Yeah,
So-
more than yelled at.
I had the teachers always like, the bell does not excuse you. I do.
Oh.
And Joel, you get Lupin.
Yay!
Boo!
He's doing a happy dance for a werewolf teacher.
He's compassionate. He's intelligent. He's level-headed. He's selfless. The guy is a fantastic teacher. I am going to love this class.
He went out like a punk, but it's okay.
And also, if I'm attending Hogwarts, it means I am,
You're a mutant and you're magic.
I'm a magical mutant, everybody.
Dang it!
That was the cutest thing you've ever said.
So there you go. We have our class schedule. Zach, are you ready?
I'm going to give you the class schedule. I'll give you each your classes in order. All right, Joel, you have for English and literature.
Yes.
Sam Colson from Never Been Kissed. History, you have Rufus from Bill and Ted.
Cool.
Then math, you have John Nash from Beautiful Mind. PE, you have Sue Sylvester from Glee.
I got PE before lunch. Dang it.
Joel's going to feign a shower like everyone else.
I'll run through with a towel around me.
For science, you got Charles Xavier from X-Men. For choir, band, dance, drama, you got Maria Von Trapp from The Sound of Music.
I think it's just choir at that point.
Yes. For social studies and debate, you got Wendell Hall from Clueless. And then for visual arts, why is he in visual arts? You got Remus Lupin from Harry
Defense
Potter.
against the dark visual arts. Obviously.
He's family friendly.
Joel,
He's going to hate that class.
We had to put the Harry Potter teacher somewhere.
So Zach obviously has the happiest choices, but I think you have the versatile schedule.
I
your
enjoy
schedule
this.
is the coolest.
I'm happy
Mine
with this.
will be the most boring.
Kent for English and literature, you have Mrs. Simpson from Saved by the Bell. History is Edna Krabappel from The Simpsons. In math, you have James Escalante from Stand and
Cool.
Deliver. Probably my favorite choice on this list. Then for PE, you have Mr. Miyagi from The Karate Kid.
Also cool.
In science, you have Sherman Klump from The Nutty Professor.
That'll be fine.
In choir, band, dance, drama, you have Dewey Finn from School of Rock. And then in social studies and debate, you have Peter Baelish, or what is his name?
Littlefinger.
Littlefinger.
Wow.
I don't know, Game of Thrones. And then visual arts, you have Catherine Ann Watson, Mona Lisa Smile at your all-girls school.
It's in a portable. It's an all-girls portable.
A private portable. That's a pretty good schedule, though.
Yeah, it's fine. It's boring, though, compared to yours.
No, it kind of ends on a little murr, but
Yeah.
before that, I
Miyagi
mean,
is super cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Zach,
Baelish is not going to be a boring class.
no, not at all.
And
Zach,
then-
tell us about your dream team.
And then I have Miss Honey from Matilda for English.
Starting off the day right.
History, I have Indiana Jones.
Oh, okay.
Math, I have Senior Chang. So that's
He's
the
a
worst.
clinger.
Wild card.
Yep. PE, I have Coach Joe Willis from the faculty. For science, I have Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus. For choir, band, dance, drama, I have Mr. Schuster from Glee. For social studies, I have John Kimball from Kindergarten Cop. And visual arts, I have Dolores Umbridge.
Okay,
from
your
Harry
schedule
Potter.
actually is pretty ridiculous.
It starts off good, and then it just
It starts off really good, and then there's
Yeah.
like, cool, I have Miss Frizzle who could kill me, and then Dolores Umbridge who
will kill you.
Yeah, and then Mr. Kimball who might kill my dad. I don't know.
That's so good.
Only if he's really bad.
So Mr. Schuster is going to frame me for something, and then Mr. Kimball's going to bust me for it. True.
That's right. So there you go. There's our class schedules. Not bad, huh?
How about a Zack attack?
Yeah, Zack attack.
We have our schedule, we have our teachers, but we need a principal.
We each get a principal, or is this one principal for the entire
Well,
school?
it's Baconsale High. It's
Baconsale High.
Okay, so it's one principal. So
Who's the principal?
we have choices?
What are our choices?
Here's our options. Mr. Belding,
Okay.
From Saved by the Bell,
Skinner.
from The Simpsons, or
I can't pronounce his
From
name.
Yeah.
the Simpsons.
Professor Albus Dumbledore.
from Harry Potter.
Who doesn't care about his students whatsoever.
He does, unless you're Harry Potter.
He will get you killed. And then Miss Trunchbull.
Oh, from
Matilda.
Matilda, yeah, Trunchbull.
Who would win a fight between Trunchbull and Umbridge?
Trunchbull.
Really? You're that confident?
I would love to see Trunchbull stomp
Versus
all
a
over
witch?
Dolores Umbridge.
Well, she did fight a witch. She lost. Anyways.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
Ed Rooney.
Rooney.
Rooney from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
And then Dean Craig Pelton.
Dean!
Did somebody say Dean?
Zach, I think it's a delightful pick.
All right.
So these are numbered as well, and you're going to do a random generation of who our principal is as well.
Yes.
Very
There you
excited.
go. So out of these 6 choices.
Principal of Baconsale High is.
Not many great choices.
That's some good choices in there.
Yeah.
Okay, the principal of Baconsale High is Miss Trunchbull.
I was really hoping Dean Pelton.
I was hoping for Dean, too.
Can you imagine Dean Pelton? And they would love Baconsale High.
You just dress up as a Dalmatian and you get an
Trunchbull
A.
is going to crush the spirits of Baconsale High.
We have Trunchbull and Umbridge in the same school.
Of course we do.
Don't attend Baconsale High, kids. It's not a good place anymore. This just got a lot worse. We're going to be locked in the closet.
I got nervous, like legitimately nervous. I hate it.
So bad. Okay.
Oh, man.
Do over?
Let's change our schedules like Zach.
Yeah.
Let's write them letters.
I'm writing a letter right now.
So there you go. If you want to attend Baconsale High, I don't know why anymore. And let us know which of these teachers you'd like to have in each of these subjects. And let us know if we even forgot any teachers. Because some we weren't able to use because we had way too many in certain subjects and others just didn't fit. But let us know if we missed any of your favorite teachers from film or TV. We want to hear from you at Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. We like hearing your feedback, and we'd like to hear your perfect school schedule.
We could have another year of school. It could possibly happen.
I'm quitting school after this.
If Trunchbull's still around, I will.
All right, but before we go, we'd like to thank our patrons. So starting with the I Am the Listeners, it's Lady Terry Finley, Chris Strout, Sean Sanquist, Just Plain Old Kyler, Jennifer Kielkowski, Braden Winterton, Babs, Alicia Bass, Adrian Gray, Glow Clendaniel, Plot Twist Media, Adam and Rachel Crump, and Allison Gall. And from the Bacon Council, we have Nicole D. Hale, a sad Vegas Golden Knights fan, but still a fan. Chris Anderson, Ryan and Marley Farron, Stephen Ross, Motts, Her Royal Highness Jessica Terry, our favorite couple, the Madsons, The Shadow, and Reverse Listener. Patrons, thank you so much.
Thank you,
we
patrons.
will see you in
You
class.
are our Miss Honeys and our Lupins.
And our Miyagis.
And our Miyagis.
Definitely not our Umbridge.
And not our Trunchbulls.
And not our another bad one.
Yeah.
Not our Crubbables.
Yeah, no. Thank you, patrons. We really do appreciate it.
Capybara.
Capybara? Did you say?
Classic Simpsons character.
Go.
And a capybara.
But if you want to find me, you can find me at 76Joel on Twitter, or you can find me performing with Quick Wits. They perform every Saturday night at the Midville Performing Arts Center. For more details, go to qwcomedy.com or go to the Quick Wits Facebook page.
If you want to find me on Twitter or Instagram, it's at Kenny3DD. And if you want to read my movie reviews, it's at ShowtimeShowdown.com.
And if you'd like to connect with me, you can do so on Twitter and Instagram at Tumbling Mustard. But more importantly, make sure you're following Baconsale on social media. Stop by Facebook and like the Facebook page, Baconsale. And then you can go to Twitter and Instagram at Baconsale. Make sure you give us a follow over there as well. And while you're doing that, stop by tpublic.com/Baconsale, where you can get yourself some merch. Be a billboard of Baconsale. Get yourself a t-shirt. And then if you like the show, you like what's going on, and you want to support us further, go ahead and stop by patreon.com/Baconsale, where support starts at just $3 a month. You can get access to exclusive content like an entire breakdown of the scoring matrix that
the
built
Chicken Sandwich
the Chicken Sandwich Show. You can also hear a Bacon Bits and content, special exclusive content,
Zach
including
just recapped his trip.
what did I do on vacation?
He
Do you want to
tiered
know?
his
Events.
events at Disneyland and Universal Studios.
Yeah. So there we go. Patreon.com/Baconsale.
So until next time, seize the day. You know, MASH, the game that you'd play with all your girlfriends
Capital
in
M.
church.
Yep.
Hope I'd see him at the junior high dance afterwards.
Yeah.
This was when I was in junior high, by the way. Zach, did you ditch class a lot? Okay.
My mom
That's the
listens to
answer.
Baconsale.
Oh, that's like a cougar.
She was from a different high school, too. Zach's a teacher bully.
I will get you to quit so hard.
The pen is mightier.
And anyway, so she retired after that year. Dorothy's Bornmark. You like spicy old ladies? Gonna love this show.
That sounded weird. Meals.
Edna Krabappel.
What? Edna Krabappel. Miss Krabappel. Do you not know Mrs. Krabappel? I don't know.
One more time.
Capybara. Let's do this.
All right,
Done messed up, eDNA.
Edna Krabappel.
Hold on for dear life.
And this is one where, I mean, he did.
Although I hate chores, I hate chores.
Does he give
If
a
I
classic
chose
car
him?
to every student in his class?
If he likes them. So Kent wouldn't get a car.
Based on
From
the
that
synopsis,
description.
I absolutely need to watch this.
Played by Patrick Stewart, who's almost Sean Connery right now. In a world where mutants, no, this is not right.
I'm not Jake. If you ever ditch class and go to Arby's, he has Cerebro and will find you.
We are having schedules here.
He's kind of an egotistical jerk.
I like that in people. I'm friends with Kent.
It's like a bump set and spike you did yourself.
Why, Joel? Why?
My mutant powers are failing me.
Then there's surprise Nazis.
Surprise Nazis. Always the worst.
I love routine. Wait, play a song from School of Rock. Do better, IMDb.
He's doing a happy dance for a werewolf teacher. Defense
Potter.
against the dark visual arts. Obviously. It's an all-girls portable.
Zack's gone. Zack's gone again.
Zack, I was trying to get her to get to you again. And he
Jump! Dun, 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 dun.
I love Baconsale.
I don't know why. Are you sure you're not a werewolf?
Yeah.
I'm a magical mutant, everybody.